This is Vonda Evans, and we are on Facebook as well as 910 Radio Superstation. And today, there are a couple things that I want to talk about. I want to start off talking about, this mess with this redistricting. Now, as many of you know, that there has been a redistricting commission that has decided to redistrict certain areas in Michigan, which is having a very, very bad effect on the voting rights of what is challenging is that it's going to have a bad effect on people who the voting rights of African Americans. And what it is in the 13th district, now what we're doing is we're actually going to be adding on Farmington Hills. So what happens is that in addition to Detroit, you're going to be adding on Farmington Hills, etc. And it's going to be really a challenge, really a challenge. And so much so that, in my opinion, I don't know, and I could be wrong. So, don't be going quote me. I think that that's one of the things that Brenda Lawrence did consider. It's going to be more challenging. And let me say this to y'all. Okay. Good night from the UK. Okay. Let me give a shout out to everybody watching me. Michelle Hunter, what's up? Anasser Naylor, hey. Dottie Diamond, Dewan Johnson, Dewana, don't be checking me, and Virginia, Gazelle, time to check in, Tony Forbes, good night from the UK. So let me put everybody up on it now, but let me say this to y'all. Stop. Whenever you create the game, you ready? Hey, Joyce from Maryland. When you are losing, what do? You change the rules. Hey, Marion, Teresa. Exactly. Now, so let me give y'all some game. Now, as an African-American person, and I can speak about Black people, okay? I am an expert. At least I know I've been one for 57 years. If we're disappointed, what do? We're very emotional. We're passionate. We start screaming and hollering, wanting to fight, want to do different stuff. However, if white people see something wrong, or other groups, the majority group, they analyze it. They say, I'll be right back. And they analyze what happened. How did we lose this election? We're not going to jump up and that we're going to analyze. And if we see that so we'll do one election. We'll look at another election cycle. And you know what we'll say? Oh, there's a pattern. See, they do their homework. Okay, while we jumping up and rioting and looting, they doing their homework. And what they're saying is, what we're doing is saying that many of the legislation is coming from this section in Michigan, how these people are voting. Very liberal. Let's look at the bills that they've done. You ready? It's like playing tic-tac-toe. So what we need to do is, the only way we're going to change them from being elected, we have to redraw the lines. But wait a minute, you ready? Hey, Ronnie from New York, you know what I'm talking about. Listen to this. We got to change the game. We got to change the rules. Well, how you change the rules? Well, we just can't come out and just redistrict. We can't do that. That's illegal. So what we're going to do, we're going to rely on people not providing the correct information with the census. Okay? All right? And then we're going to say, hey, no, wait a minute, hold on for a minute. We're not redistricting to dilute the Black vote. No, doing it because of the amount of people that live in that area based on the census. See, every time that census comes out, then people be at your door. We from the census, don't nobody want to answer. That gives your opponent ammunition to then devise a plan to dilute your vote. But they have a legitimate basis. See, the law says as long as it's a legitimate basis, okay, follow along. If it has a discriminatory effect, it's okay. But it has to have a legitimate basis. What is the basis? When they did the census, folk did not register where they live. So now they're saying, well, hey, I mean, Detroit was once a thriving metropolis. Well, they went from 1 million down to 500,000. So they don't need that much of a representation. So now what we can do is dilute them and redistrict. And one of the things that we can look at is the fact of the amount of people living there looking at the census. Oh, legitimate basis. When in fact, your real reason was, or your motive is to make sure that now these people, they're not going to have the same potential to win. Debbie Dingle can't go to bed and wake up and she don't won. Stuff where it's supposed to be, and they done cut my internet off. But let's get back to it. Let's go now. Devil is a lie. So as long as there's a legitimate basis, it's gonna hold up in court. How do we know it's gonna hold up in court? How? I'll tell you. Because we court packed. I told y'all, other than the president of the United States, y'all better start voting for these judges and these justices. We see what's going on already, baby. Let me tell you something. Trump sleeping, and he's still making laws because of that Supreme Court he put up there. And they're voting along political lines. Brett Kavanaugh so bad, he don't even wear no damn mask no more. So if it's a challenge, there's a lawsuit, it's going to ultimately, they're going to want it to end in the Supreme Court, the U.S. And what are they going to do? Oh, it's fine. Oh, yeah, God. Yeah, guys, listen, it had a legitimate basis. But who do we blame? Y'all, and I got to take some responsibility because I don't believe this particular time I did register with the census. So the only person I can blame is myself and my daughter going up them steps that's in my broadcast. Don't come back down now. I'm at the TV station at the home base. That's all we can blame. There is a connection with everything that we do. Oh, that's a nuisance. What's in them census people? I ain't home. That determines what benefits you're going to get and the representation. And as a result of us wanting our privacy, many of us did not properly register as we should have. Now we're feeling the repercussion. And see, let me explain. See this, because see, this is real gamers. This is real game. I'm putting on some real game. As a Black person, if I got a problem with you, I'm gonna tell you off rip. Girl, I didn't appreciate what you did. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna let you know off rip. Other groups, majority, they'll wait 3 or 4 years, and you be sleeping in the bed and you'll wake up redistricting, because it was a plan all along. But failing to plan is planning to fail. We're very reactive. I like that particular politician because they cool. That's my girl. That's my guy. They in my fraternity. They in my sorority. I like how they went off on somebody. Forget all of that. We now need to be looking at what is your political agenda and what is your political commitment. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you Beta Phi Zeta and Kappa Phi Lambda or whatever you are. What is your record for commitment in a community, and what is your agenda? And that's how you get my vote. And we got to stop being so passionate. Oh, she pretty, he fine. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Then you get a damn fool in office because you voting for the wrong thing. You vote for something aesthetically. And these people ain't got no morals or values, and then what they gonna do? Flip the script on you. Why? Because you didn't challenge their qualifications. So yeah, y'all won Biden. Okay, look at that. That's cute. But I bet you won't win again. They already thinking about the next election. Because once this redistricting go through, it's gonna be hard for Biden to win. So when Biden won, they said, oh, come on, let's go into the boardroom. We're gonna figure this out. And we're going to see what districts made the difference. And we're going to change them. And the lawyers say, you can't do that unless you have a legitimate basis to do this. What is it? We're basing it on the census. Oh, great. Home run. We have to be able to be more informed. And, let me say this to you, okay? Because I want to say this. All right. I'm bad too. I remember after being, going to law school, I said, if it ain't on TV, I'm not going to read about it. I stopped wanting to read. I stopped doing my due diligence. I hate to admit it. If it wasn't on TV, I did. Then after a while, I kept getting all these cases on TV. I stopped watching TV. Then I started getting on the social media. And basically now, if this ain't on social media, my mother will tell me about something. And I'm like, I didn't hear about it. She said, you better listen to the news. I'm a person that wants to be entertained more so than informed. So I will say that. And that's not good. But my point being to you is, these are desperate times, and desperate times calls for desperate measures. We'll be back. I want to talk some more about the redistricting and what I think is going to happen with this next political election for president. We'll be back. Stay tuned.